Hey, podcaster, want to know a secret? Ben, Liam and Belle are planning a super special Christmas-themed off-air podcast, and we want you to get involved. Got a cracking Christmas story or just want to shout out to your loved ones? Send a voice recording or message to blb@novaentertainment.com.au for a chance to be featured in our Christmas special podcast.
Merry Christmas from Ben, Liam and Belle.
G'day there, podcaster. I am going to put a spoiler alert on the start of this one. There is a spoiler for Gladiator 2. So if you're planning on watching that, Liam does spoil it.
Sorry about that. That's I think it's like the fourth thing you'll hear. So when we start talking about the spoilers,
yep,
just skip forward a little bit.
Yep, unless you don't plan to watch it.
Yeah, if not, I think it's enough of a nugget that it might get you keen to go see it.
Yeah.
It doesn't completely ruin the whole movie, in my opinion.
Yep.
I know it was cheeky, though, what I did.
We also play a game of Married Man or Not. That was pretty fun. I enjoyed that. If you ever want to get in touch with the show, remember you can always email us, blb@novaentertainment.com.au. Enjoy the pod.
Previously on Ben, Liam and Belle.
Off-duty detective turned up in the foyer of my house. That was fun.
So was he wearing like a trench coat and a Hawaiian shirt? Did he slide over like a bonnet?
And now, live across Australia, this is Ben, Liam and Belle.
He was in his party gear to go to a barbecue around the
So he was in a Hawaiian shirt.
I knew it! On Nova.
Good evening, Australia. What a time to tune in on this Tuesday night. We're doing our favourite segment, Have You Touched?
Yeah, in the past we've done Have You Touched a President?
So 1996, Bill Clinton.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
I had this beautiful girlfriend with me. They got us all out of the water and she was wearing a hot pink bathing suit. And she said to him, "How are you, Mr. President?" Looked right at her boobs and said, "Better now."
Oh, and that's very Bill. It's always heaps of fun, and tonight is a big one.
Have you ever touched this? Have you touched
Something from outer space.
Oh, this is a big one.
So last week we did Have You Touched Elon Musk? And I feel like this is the best next step to take, pardon the pun, a small one to take. But if you have touched anything from outer space, give us a buzz, 1324.
You've been on the moon or something?
Oh, okay, cool. All right, we're going straight
12,
to that.
I think there's 12 people, but these are supposed to be hard.
Is there 12 people
Only
on the
12
moon?
people have been on the moon, yeah.
On the moon
That's
now.
way more than I thought.
How many did you think?
3.
I'm surprised they don't put more up there now. Like, if we supposedly got there in the 60s, then why aren't we all just chilling up on the moon by
Why
now?
do we need to go back there, though? Like, what's there?
I feel like it
No.
should just be like day trips. Like, if it was
Yeah.
60s, we're now 2024. I feel like by this point
Yeah,
it should
if
just
you
be
think,
like,
like, think
hey.
about what phones looked like then and what they look like now, why aren't we doing holidays on the moon?
We should have Ubers to the moon now.
Now we've entered a whole other discussion.
Well, look, yeah, obviously it's a bit ridiculous. No one's probably listening who's been on the moon, but you might have touched a bit of the moon. Do they bring the moon back? Do they have little bits of the moon that they brought?
I feel like it'd be like a state forest where you can't touch it.
Oh, you
No,
could
because they
probably
have to do all the
scrape a bit.
tests and stuff.
Maybe. But look, let's find out. 13, 24, 10. It's a tough one, but we'd love to know. Have you touched something from outer space?
Patrick in
Hey,
Sydney.
how are you?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. You've touched something from outer space?
Well, if Richard Branson has been to space, that'd count.
Okay. Yeah, well, I mean, what is it?
Yeah, so he had a cruise ship docked in Sydney, and we were invited along for a free meal and grog. And yeah, he came round and tapped everyone on the shoulder that was having dinner.
Yeah, I mean, he has been to outer space.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I swear. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
you
I'd
touch
take
something
that.
that's touched something in outer space. I mean, it's a
But we said, have you touched something that's been in outer space? He has been. Richard Branson has been in outer
no,
space.
we said, have you touched something from outer space? Now,
And
unless
he
he's
has,
an alien,
yes, and he has been to outer
No.
space, and he's come back. He is from outer space.
when he
No.
landed, it'd be like, Richard, where have you been? I've just come from outer space.
I think it needs to have originated
Okay,
there.
yeah, so
I like it,
we're
Patrick.
looking for aliens.
if we're doing living things, sure.
Okay, all right.
Eaglock from planet Igor joins us now. No, Beck in Sydney, you've touched something from outer space.
Yeah, I touched a UFO.
Okay. So interesting. What was it? What? Tell us.
Well, it's like a flying saucer. There's a little tiny town called Rachel in Nevada, and it's right next door to Area 51. And there's a trailer park that you can stay at, and they've got this tiny little restaurant, and out the front, hanging on the back of like a tow truck, is a UFO that was found on the property.
It does. It sort of feels like someone put it there. Though, right?
Feels like a gimmick.
Really? Really? In a trailer park? Wouldn't have thought so.
Thank you very much, Beck. Georgia in Sydney, have you touched something from outer space?
Yes, so I just recently went on a trip to Florida, and they've got the Kennedy Space Center there, so it's a very, I would say, tactile experience. So they had a lot of things going on there, but essentially, I guess one of the main ones was like one of the moon suits that they wear into outer space.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And you got to
A couple
touch
of
it.
different spaceships as well.
Did you get to touch the suit, Georgia?
Yes.
Wow.
Pretty good. I mean, it's hard to beat that.
That is
I don't know
pretty
if we're beating
good.
that.
We have got one more caller. We'll go to Alan. Have you touched something from outer space?
I've touched the moon, and I've even touched the planet Mars.
You've touched the moon
and Mars.
Yeah, and like a whole heap of space rocks as well. But I'm claiming the moon and Mars is pretty as the pinnacle of touching space objects. Yeah.
Mars, can you explain what Mars, like what was it and what did it feel like?
It's like a nougat with like a caramel.
Oh, shut up.
Yeah. So I'm an astronomer, so this is actually not that big a claim, right? Like I was just kind of doing my job. But I was doing an amazing event called Star Stuff out of Byron Bay, run by this legend Dylan O'Donnell, and they had an asteroid expert who traveled the whole world, found pieces of material from outer space, who blew my mind when he showed me these pieces that had been chipped off the moon, and Mars had traveled across the solar system and then found their way to Earth, survived the re-entry to Earth's orbit, fell on the ground, and he went and was able to recover them. And I got to say, they just look like pieces of rock. Like, to be fair, the story's better than the actual image.
Yeah.
But knowing you've touched another planet, it is kind of an astonishing feeling, and you feel that sort of the weight of that history in your hand.
Well, look, it is super impressive that you have not only touched the moon, you've also touched a piece of Mars.
That's sick.
Thank you so much for calling us tonight.
It's been a pleasure. Thanks so much.
That bit was Baby Gronk approved.
One bar star man on your radio. I'm really, really fast. Just listen to me go.
Yep, listen to him go. Liam is the one bar star man. He can tell you the name of the song and the artist just by hearing the very first bar of it. If you can beat him at this game, you will win a real-life solid gold bar.
Now, here's the deal. I was a bit sick last week, and I feel like I was taken advantage of, and it got down to the wire. So this week, I'm fully healthy, and Carly in Melbourne, I'm going to destroy, just so you know.
I already said beforehand I am screwed, basically.
Okay, I feel like I've psychologically won the war already.
Basically.
Now, there is always a theme, and the theme this week, because it's Black Friday, there's a lot of sales on, I'm doing artists who probably have released merch.
Okay. All right, well, that narrows it down. My mind's running wild. I'm going to leave the room so I don't hear any of the songs, and I'll see you in a bit, Carly. Good luck.
All right, let's get 30 seconds on the clock. Carly, remember, if you don't know a song, you can pass it, okay?
Okay.
All right, try not to get stuck on one if you just don't know it. All right, here we go.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say.
Oh my God, I don't know this song.
You do? You don't?
Oh.
Carly.
Remember, you can pass.
Oh, he's going to know it straight away.
So you got stuck on it.
Carly, I'm going to be honest, the time is ticking right now. Come on, Carly.
No, that's time. It's too late. It's too late. Yeah, you didn't get any, Carly. But look, what we're going to do is because you didn't get any,
I'm just happy.
we're going to tell Liam that you got 5, okay? And then we're going to see if he can beat 5. How does that sound?
Okay.
All right, just to make it interesting. All right, come back in, Liam. Come back in. You have got a challenge on your hands, my friend.
Yeah, bring it on.
5.
That is a lot. That is a lot. That's more than I got last week.
You need 6 to beat her.
Mm-hmm.
If you get 5, it goes to a tie break.
Yep.
30 seconds on the clock. Let's do it.
That is Happy Pharrell Williams. Lady Gaga. Something written up and passed.
Oh, Just Dance.
Oh, dear. Liam, Justin Bieber, baby. Rihanna, Umbrella.
And that is time.
What was that?
That was time. Was that
That's time. You got 3.
3?
She didn't get 5, though. Hang on, she didn't get 5, did
No,
she?
she got none.
Okay. Okay. For a second, I was like, how did she get 5?
She got none.
Carly, you got none?
Yeah, I got none.
But they were such big uns.
You know, I just psyched myself out.
Yeah, well, look, if you think you can do better than Carla did tonight, 13, 24, 10, give us a buzz if you ever want to play One Bar Star.
If you put on our podcast as you go to sleep, this one's for you.
13, 24, 10. Give us a buzz if you're a man. We need some men who are married, some men who are not married.
Yeah, great news for you and I, Ben. Married men tend to age slower than single ones.
Yes.
Apparently. And that sort of checks out. I mean, batch life is hard living. I mean, there's some people that do it well, but most of the time you don't look after yourself or your body that much.
Yep.
Oh, totally.
Just eating pure crap. But when there's someone else there, you know, you're sort of looking after each other. You're sort of trying to do the right thing and better yourselves.
Totally. This is not a surprise at all whatsoever because married men, of course, they live longer because, yeah, they just sit back and go, I can't do that now. And then I'm waiting for the stat to come out that says that married women live shorter because of the stress that's put on them.
You think married women live shorter lives?
Probably.
Wow.
It'll come out next week.
Big call from Jackson. All right, 13, 24, 10 is our number. If you are a married man or a single man, give us a buzz. We're going to try and pick what you are just from asking you a couple of questions.
Ben in Sydney joins us now. How you doing, Ben?
Good, thanks. How are you guys?
Good, mate. Hey, when you buy fast food, do you use cash or card?
I use card.
Card, interesting.
Okay. Well, that's...
Have you got a favourite shirt that you're not allowed to wear anymore?
Nope.
I mean, it's pretty obvious, isn't it?
I already think I know.
Yeah.
Do you get to play PlayStation much, Ben?
Yep.
Okay, well, I mean, Belle, you can lock it in if you'd
Oh,
like.
yeah?
Yeah.
I'll do the honours. Ben, there's no way you're married.
Nah, I am in a relationship.
But you're not married?
Yeah.
Okay, we got it.
Mate. Yeah. KFC on cash in a couple of years for you, bro. You'll be trying to do it off the books.
Ozzy joins us now in Melbourne. How you doing, Ozzy?
Yeah, good, guys.
How often are the sheets changed on your bed?
Oh, every week.
Right.
Guaranteed.
Interesting. yeah, okay. And how
Every
many
Sunday.
candles are there in your house?
Oh, 0.
Okay, now I'm sort of semi-thrown.
Do you wrap your Christmas presents or do you just give them to people unwrapped?
Ooh, that's... No, you got to wrap it. Definitely wrap it.
Okay.
Oh, yeah,
But a bit of a tricky one.
Yeah, okay. How often are you going to the post office with free returns? Never? Once a week, twice a week, or 2 to 4 times a week?
Never.
How much hair is in your shower drain?
Oh, that's a... that's a tough one. A lot.
I think
I'm toing and throwing Bell. It's you have the honours once
I'm
again.
going to take it that the sheets are being changed because he's a batch and, you know, he goes out a lot. And I'm
I
going
don't
to
think
say
batches do that, though.
I'm going to say there's hair in the drain because he just never cleans his drain. I'm going to say you're not married.
Correct. Not married.
Well
played.
Well, good. I mean, good on you for cleaning those sheets every Sunday, dude. I appreciate that. Matt is here with us now. Matt, when you're leaving the house, how on time are you?
pretty late.
Yeah, okay.
But is someone
Yeah.
making him late?
Yeah, I think so.
Does your Christmas tree have a theme to it this year?
No.
Okay.
Okay, I'm throwing back there a little bit. Are there any Frank Greens or other high-quality drink bottles in your fridge?
Yeah, there's about 3 or 4 of them.
Okay. Do you ever get messages while you're at work to go to Coles to pick up a few things before you come home?
Yeah, I've raced off to get a chicken now.
Yeah, so you're on a chicken run. You're on a chook run. I think you're
Chook run.
a married man.
I think you're a married man, right?
Yeah, I am correct.
Yeah, 3 for 3.
3 for 3, undefeated.
It's the Liam, Ben and Bell podcast. Liam owes me $50 for saying that. Oi, stop gooning. The next bit's about to start.
13, 24, 10. Who spoiled a movie or TV show for you? What happened? Give us a buzz. This is a really, really sad day today because Jude Law, bless, he has completely ruined one of the greatest Christmas films of all time, The Holiday. The Holiday is like the American Love Actually. Like, Love Actually is British, and then The Holiday is like their answer to that. And it is one of the greatest Christmas films ever. If you haven't seen it, I mean, what have you been doing? But Jude Law came out today, and this is kind of hard to explain if you haven't seen the film, but there's like a famous cottage that Kate Winslet's character owns in the movie, and today Jude Law revealed that it doesn't even exist.
Can you Airbnb that cottage?
Yeah, that cottage doesn't exist.
What? Oh, does it? What?
What? Oh, yeah. We were shooting in the winter here, and every time I go in that door, we cut and we shot the interiors in LA.
Whoa.
Brutal.
It's just devastating because there's so many shots in that film of the outside of the cottage and you're like, wow. And like she says, can you Airbnb it? Because you look at it and you go, surely they would, because it's like, it's stunning. And then he goes, oh, nah, you walk through and it's actually in LA.
I remember someone spoiled for me that Dumbledore died in Harry Potter because I wasn't a book reader, I was a movie watcher. So I was a bit like 4 or 5 years late to the plot. And I was like, what? Like when I found out, I was like, oh no. And I still remember being like so angry about it.
I still can't believe that you've never read the books. I always forget that.
13 24 10 is our number. Give us a buzz. Ben joins us now. You spoiled something for a friend, Ben.
I did. Back in the Foxtel days, just flicking through, having a bit of a flick through the channels. We landed on Breaking Bad. Spoiler alert. I know it's been a long time, but anyway, it was legit. The camera panning out from Walter dying right at the end of the series.
Have you watched the rest of it, Ben?
Crazy how he dies after all of that.
Yeah.
And my mate looked at me and went, I'm only on season 2.
One of the best TV shows of all time as well.
Yeah, he missed out. He missed out on the experience like everyone else had.
Yeah, but if he was only on season 2 and there was like 5 seasons,
well, some people
he was a bit behind.
Late to the party. And Ben spoiled Sopranos for me. I was watching it 20 years late.
Yeah.
I'll never forgive him for that. And I wouldn't spoil. I'm not that kind of guy. Like, I wouldn't spoil something he's keen to see. Like in the new Gladiator, Paul Mescal's character is the secret son of Maximus Decimus Meridius, Russell Crowe.
That's his son?
Oh, I shouldn't have said that, guys. Sorry. Whoops. Oh, I
just
hope I haven't spoiled that for everyone.
That makes me more keen for it. That's so cool. Is that
people listening are going to be so mad at you, Liam, and I'm not going to protect you for that.
Yeah, dude, that's the biggest movie in the world
guys,
right
sorry,
now.
there's some people pretty angry out there as well. Sorry, guys.
But
sorry
also,
about that.
Who's who?
Well,
so Paul Mescal in Gladiator 2 is the son of Maximus, who is Russell Crowe in number 1.
Yeah.
No, but his son died.
Secret son.
Oh, it's
Whoa!
Oh, he got around.
Wow, secret son.
I won't say who the secret son is, but it'll blow your mind. Like, should I stop now? I'm like, people are actually getting angry out there. I'm trying to turn your radio down if you're going to watch Gladiator.
I was a bit late.
If you want to direct your complaints to anybody, that was Liam Stapleton who said that.
Just turn it down for a sec. I'll tell you. So, in the first one.
In for a penny, in for a pound.
There's the little boy.
Oh, yeah.
And the one that
the Royal.
Joaquin Phoenix is being creepy with.
Yeah.
That's Paul Mescal's character.
The Royal's son. The
little
one
one,
that
the little
comes up
guy.
and he says, "Are you Max?"
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
I mean, there's other bits in it. I won't spoil anymore.
Well, look, while we're in a spoiling mood, I guess, Erin in Melbourne, you aren't friends with someone anymore from school because they spoiled something.
Yeah, and lucky mine was 20 years ago, not 2 days ago, guys. But
Sorry, mate.
Friends was my absolute favourite show of all time. Back in time where stuff didn't really get spoiled, didn't have social media, but this so-called friend went and intentionally looked up the ending, and I'm like, don't tell me, and she's teasing me. And I said, look, I'm going to hang up because I don't trust you. And then she yells down the line, Monica and Chandler have twins, and hung up.
Brutal.
You like that feeling in your ear holes? That's the Ben Lamb and Bell podcast.
Oh, it's absolutely everywhere. This Friday is Black Friday.
I got myself some... It was a long sound effect, wasn't it? I got myself...
Startled you, did it?
It did. I got some suitcases, half price.
Guess what? I also bought a suitcase
Did
this
you?
week too.
Should we say the brand on 3?
Yeah, 3, 2, 1.
Antler.
Bloody good
Dude,
suitcases.
we both got
Yeah,
Antler.
not a show sponsor.
Hang on. Do you have some partnership going on?
Like,
No.
literally not even.
I just genuinely got half price suitcases.
Huh, okay. Well, that's the thing about Black Friday, though, because it's like Black Friday, but it's been going for like 2 weeks. And then you got Boxing Day sales coming up as well. 13/24/10. Give us a buzz if you worked in retail and you worked during these giant sales at this time of the year. We'd love for it to hear your stories from during the sale, from behind the till, if you will. Give us a buzz, 13/24/10. I mean, growing up, we never did the Boxing Day sales thing. Like, my mum just steered absolutely clear. But in my mind, it's those videos of where they're all waiting outside and the doors open and everyone just pushes each other over.
This isn't the Christmas spirit, guys, when there's two mums fighting over an air fryer.
You see it a lot on the news when the roller door opens and people are scampering under the door.
Like
rats.
Yeah.
Or like, remember back in the day, like EB Games would have those sales and all the
Hang on.
kids would be like...
Are you telling me EB Games has a sale on? Really? Because they never do sales. I actually should go out and EB Games are doing... It's not half price, is it?
Tyson joins us now. Good evening, Tyson. What did you witness during the sale?
Hey, guys. So back in the day, I used to work for a retailer that had a service where we would print off photos. We had a gentleman come in one day that was trying to print off some inappropriate photos of him and his partner.
Right.
And then when he decided to come to the desk and collect the photos, he was very confused at why we had destroyed them and we refused to print them off for him.
Oh, can you not print? I mean,
Oh, I get it. I mean, you don't want to subject someone else to that. Like, if he...
were they that bad?
I also didn't realise that... Is that standard policy to look at somebody's photos?
So it was like a machine that is behind the desk where you actually have to manually print it off to then put it in the little slips and then hand it over to the customer. So obviously once it comes through, like, you can clearly see what the photos are.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's probably furious. He's like, that's it. I'm going to Officeworks to blow this up into a canvas.
Thank you very much, Tyson. 13/24/10. What did you witness during the sale?
You see all sorts of stuff in retail. Your wife worked at Haig's Chocolate for years, Ben. I remember a story about someone who walked in the shop and there was no one else in the shop and he farted and then walked out.
Was that a story, was it?
Yeah, she told me that one time. I was like, and the staff were like, we know what you did. Like,
Must have hated their chocolate.
Melinda, in
Yes.
Sydney, what did you see whilst working behind the till?
Yeah, I had a lady come in with a toddler who was obviously not wanting to shop, had a bit of enough. And so she proceeded to we had a play area outside of the store that you couldn't see, but it wasn't far from our store. Took the toddler out, popped them into the play centre, unmanned, unsupervised, and came back in and finished her shopping.
Whoa.
You can't do that.
Yeah, that's bad.
I mean, did some of the staff go over and look after the kid, or did you intervene? What happened?
Nobody. No. She just kept popping back to make sure they were still there, that there was no crying, and would come back in. We had a line of people. We couldn't go out,
Yeah.
but I was gobsmacked.
Must have been a really good sale.
Yeah. Would have been worth it, I bet. Jade in Melbourne, what did you see whilst working behind the till?
Hey, so I used to work in pet retail, so like at a pet store. And when I was behind the register, I had a guy come up and show me his phone because he wanted to obviously buy a dog bed or a specific one. And when he showed me, he swiped left from the photo, and next thing I know, there's a picture of him holding his giant sausage.
Oh.
As in a toy for a
Yeah,
dog, a
is
big
this-
sausage toy?
Or a
Or
sausage dog, perhaps?
Look, I'll let you use your imagination,
Yeah.
but it was,
It was his dash hand.
a bit awkward.
I get
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Um,
More like a pug, maybe.
And you know, Jade, I'd like to hope that it was an accident and then he wasn't some gross dude that was like,
Yeah.
oh, whoops, I accidentally slid him across. Oh, ugh.
Yeah, no, that's a bit icky. Claire in Perth, what about you? You're behind the till. What did you see?
Hey guys, so I just want to preface this story by saying no one was hurt, everyone was fine.
Great.
But I was working behind the till at a really, really small IGA when I was 18.
Mm-hmm.
I was all by myself, and a guy comes in, opens up a bag, and he goes, "Put all the cigarettes in the bag, and I'm going to walk straight out of here." And of course, I was young and naive, and I just said, "Oh, I'm sorry, I don't think I can do that."
Yeah.
And so we pulled out a knife and started waving it around and said, "No, give me the cigarette."
Yeah.
So I started loading the bag up with the cigarette. And then luckily at that very moment, my boss walked around the corner and he was this big, scary Italian dude.
Yeah.
And the guy just took one look at him and bolted out the door.
Without the diaries.
No, he left. Well, I was still holding the bag, so we kept all the cigarettes.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Oh
nice.
Gosh, Claire, that would be traumatizing.
It was a bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you sound like it's a fun story to tell now.
And you know what? That trauma is in the past, and you have got yourself a double pass to go to the movies.
Oh, amazing. Thank you.
No worries at all. Piece by piece, only in cinemas December 5.
Do we want to change and do, were you rolled at knife point? Or is that probably not the right vibe?
I mean, if someone's got a knife point story.
I would not take it.
We're not going to do that, but if that did happen, 13, 2014.
13, 2014.
W's in the chat for this pod.
Hot off the press, one of the main headline acts for Glastonbury has just leaked.
Legit?
And this is exciting, Liam, because next year you're going to your first ever Glastonbury.
That's it. I am. Snagged some tickets. Was very lucky.
It's weird. I didn't realise that you buy the tickets not knowing who's playing yet.
Yeah.
Is this actually confirmed or is it just
Confirmed. Pretty
right,
sure.
because they don't bring it out normally till like March.
Yeah, I think it leaked.
Yeah, this is like apparently like BBC were
Yeah,
posting
producer
it, so,
Tina told me, and she has her finger on the pulse with this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
I mean, that's good. As I said, I like it's obviously quite an effort to get over there and then camp in a foreign country, and you just sort of, your fingers and toes are crossed for a big one. It's actually been like a pre-30 bucket list item for me, so I've always wanted to do this. Same for my wife, so.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
sweet. Well, yeah, because there's been some acts in the past that
I
seem
mean,
right up your alley.
There's massive ones. I mean, this year there was probably a few that I was like, oh man, kicking myself, like a lot of up and coming bands that I would have loved to have seen. In years gone by, I mean, they've had like the likes of like Paul McCartney. They've had actual, a Beatle doing it.
I would say the person doing next year on the same level as Paul McCartney.
I mean, but there's no one on the same.
I
mean,
knew he was going to say that. There's no one on the same
well, there
level as the
literally isn't,
Beatles.
apart from maybe the Rolling Stones.
You're getting
Is it the
warmer.
Stones?
You're getting warmer. It's a man.
A man.
It is a man. A legendary man.
Big, a few Oh, no, still kind of big.
I'd say
era?
currently
What
pretty
are
big.
we sort of talking here?
It spanned the eras. Like decades.
An era spanner.
An era spanner. Yeah.
Elton? No, Elton's done it recently.
No, not Elton.
Yeah.
Any other guesses?
Can I give another clue?
Have you got another clue?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Their name starts with R.
Oh, it's Robbie Williams.
It's not Robbie. Mate, you get to see Rod Stewart.
Legit? Ah, interesting.
How do you feel about Rod?
Oh, I don't hate Rod. To be honest, I don't hate Rod. I mean, it wouldn't be my first choice, but yeah. No, I mean, it's not Paul McCartney, but it is. Rod's got a few numbers. I mean, he's.
This is the only song I know.
Also, also, I mean, we just got a photo up here.
We are sailing.
We got a photo up, and it's a photo of him forming in 2016, which was 80 years ago.
Yes, and he looks like a woman who would argue with you at a Westfield.
I don't know how he's going to go now.
No. So Rod still, I'm pretty sure, has done one of the biggest, or at least top 3 biggest concerts of all time. I think in Brazil he did played in like Rio and performed to millions and millions of people. I still think that's like a record that's untopped.
The only reference point I have for Rod Stewart is the South Park episode where they wheel him out in the wheelchair and he goes, "Pull my pants."
I pull my pants. Yeah, I've seen that episode.
And that's who you're seeing at Glastonbury
Rod.
next year.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I mean, it's not the best, not the worst.
And that's it.
Like that podcast? There's heaps more to listen to if you just scroll back or download the Nova Player app.
Ben, Liam, and Bell.